Hello and welcome back to you and to me, to the Cozy Cardigans podcast. My name is Mel. I'm the owner and dyer for Big Little Yarn Co. And I've been gone for like 3 months, I think. I will do like a quick life update just to explain why I've been gone for so long real quick, but maybe I could go a little more into it at the end of the video. So for those of you who are not interested, you can watch that at the end. I've been gone for 3 months so it's June, since maybe March-ish. That was when my son, since we moved to this, first of all, we moved to this new house. I'm in here back in last December-ish, and this floor that I'm on, this is the top floor of our home, has been under renovation up until March-ish. So I haven't been able to use this floor to film or anything, hence why my previous few videos I really want to delete because the quality is just really bad. Please don't look at it, but I'll keep it up because for history's sake. But the renovation is finished, so I'm now on the 3rd floor. But when the renovation finished, my son also finished his school year. So here in Japan, the school year ends in March and begins in April. And the school that we wanted him to go into, he couldn't get into. It's like daycare school, so it's not like a huge deal that he doesn't go to school. He's 4 right now. So we kind of had to wait and have him at home for 3 months. And during that time, family came. Tim's parents came, Tim's brothers came, everybody came, and it was pretty crazy. Kids were not in school, there was family, renovations just finished, so we were trying to furnish and make this a home. And yeah, it just and during all that time, I've been dyeing yarn and working from my home studio here. And yeah, it's just been kind of nuts, and unfortunately, priority-wise, this filming videos had just kind of gone bumped down on the priority list. But now I'm happy to say my 4-year-old is back at school, and my almost 1-year-old is a little less clingy, and so she can be with Tim, my husband, for a lot of the day while I work, which is really nice. And me and Tim kind of switch off with the baby so that we could both get stuff done. And so now I have time again to talk and chat, so hopefully this is more of a regular occurrence. And yeah, so sorry that I've been gone for so long. I honestly don't really remember where I stopped at, and I feel like many of the... Sorry, I'll try to hold the mic somewhere else. I'm trying to keep it a little closer to my mouth. What was I saying? The bits of information that I finished at last episode kind of doesn't pertain to me as much anymore anyways, because it's been so long. I decided that to kick things off, I'll just go ahead and do a whip parade. So these are going to be every single whip that I have, and I'm pretty sure I'm keeping all of them. I don't have as many as I thought I did, but it's still a lot. Just really quickly, I do have one FO, and it's this top that I'm wearing. I will put more photos of it here. But it is the Cumulus tee by Petite knit, and it is knit with Tynn by Sandnes Garn, which is a cotton linen viscose blend. I forget what the percentages are, but really great summer yarn. It gets really humid here in Japan during the summer. So far, it hasn't been crazy hot. Last year was really bad heat-wise, but this year, so far, this June hasn't been crazy. It has been slowly heating up, and it is rainy season, so it's been kind of humid, but other than that, it's been pretty good. So I'm really excited to see how this will wear during like the main hot, humid heat of summertime. Let me just get up and show you. So there's a I-cord bind off edges. It was really nice not having to do any ribbing. And yeah, so I-cord here, I-cord on the sleeves as well. I knit the size 5, which is a little bit big for me because I used my measurements for when I was pregnant back last year. I started this when I was pregnant. I cast it on right before I went to the hospital to give birth because I didn't know I was going to give birth. And yeah, so the measurements are a little on the larger side, but I actually kind of like how it fits. It's actually kind of perfect. I don't think I would want it any smaller. Some people might want a little bit more or a little less ease, but I personally prefer a lot of ease anyways. So that worked out. But yeah, it's a little bit bigger on, I feel like I could have gone away with US 4, but yeah, US 5 is really nice for me personally. And I knit it using size US 2 needles. I believe it calls for 2.5, but I went for a size US 2 because the yarn is thinner and also I don't have half sizes anyways. And I knew that I was gonna knit a bigger size, so kind of evened out. And yeah, I knit this with perfect like 3 skeins of the Tynn line. I literally only had like this teeny little ball left. Oh my god, there's dye on my hands. Don't worry about it, it's just dye. It's not blood. But anyway, so I literally only had a tiny little ball left of the Tynn line, and I opened a picture up. I think I have one. And yeah, so I won Yarn Chicken. I really didn't want to buy another ball of yarn, so that worked out really well. And I would knit another one, but it just took so long. Like size US 2 cotton yarn takes forever to knit. And according to my knitting journal, it took me almost a year, like 321 days or something like that. So it took quite a while. And I don't know if I want to do that again, or if I do want to do have a year-long summer whip again, I would probably knit some other pattern just to mix things up a little bit. But yeah, I'm glad that I have one more new summer knit to wear. Okay, so that is all the FOs, and because I don't remember what I've finished since then. I think I've also finished an Olga sweater since we last spoken, and I will put a picture up here. It was my buddy knit with my brother-in-law, Kevin, who also knits, and we knit Olga sweaters together. And we do have another buddy knit planned out, but it has like a very long due date because it's a cable knit and it's also summertime, and also we were both very busy and have a lot of whips, so I'll probably update you guys on that when the time comes. But anyways, let me talk about my whips. I will start from my current like main whips. I'll start from there. So my main whips, I have one complicated one smaller one that I take with me when I go out, and I have one like simple plain stockinette one. So my complicated one right now is this Mohair Mobile Shawl by Stephen West, and I cast this on during the glow along, which is a mystery knit along using mohair. Let me see which side is the correct side. This is the front. So I started this off with good intentions, and then I clearly have not gotten much in, but honestly, it's because I've been busy, so it's not a bad thing. At least I'm trying my best to finish the Stephen West shawl this time. I haven't finished a Stephen West shawl since like the last one I finished was probably like a Vertices Unite or something like that, like years and years and years ago. I've always cast it on and have never completed it. So this is going to be the time. Yeah, so Mohair Mobile Shawl. I really like just how it's knit. The beginning is so much fun. I don't know if you could tell, but there's this flipping, wiggly border that you start off at. And it actually ends up being in the middle of the shawl. And right now I'm actually knitting outwards. So I'm knitting out towards the edge of the shawl actually, and it's really hard to show because it's so wiggly. But maybe I could put up like a picture of what it's supposed to look like. I will be modifying some of it because obviously, since it was a glow along, I did not know what it was going to look like at the end. And by the time it got to the end of it, I wasn't a huge fan of the edge. I'm not a big pointy edge kind of gal. I prefer a softer edge, especially with the beginning, like these kind of wiggles, and there's these gradients. I figured it would be something a little bit softer, but it's not. So I will be modifying that. I'm not sure which Stephen West shawl pattern that I want to take from, but I'll probably choose something that I like and then just try to kind of modify it to suit this knit. And I think a lot of people have been doing that. I've seen some projects on Ravelry where people have modified it. So it can be done. And I'll cross that bridge when I get there. But I'm still technically on clue 1, which is kind of nuts. I timed myself. 1 row takes me maybe like 15-ish minutes to do right now. And it's only clue 1 out of like 5 clues. So, but it looks really cool. It is really fun to knit though. Again, these are all my hand dyed. Let me see if I can show you. So you use 1 color of fingering weight yarn, and then you use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors of mohair. I used a mix of mohair and Suri just from what I had. I wanted to use up stash, like old random balls of Suri and mohair that I had, and it made this perfect gradient, and I had to cast on. So anyways, the main fingering weight color here is Yummy, and then this one is Sakura Kiss, followed by Pung, followed by Patina, followed by Yume, and then followed by Oshiruko. So that makes up this gradient of mohair. Really hard to show. That makes up the gradient of mohair that you kind of use throughout the pattern. And yeah, I've been really loving it. I love seeing the colors come together, and it just takes me a lot of counting and making sure that I'm not missing anything though. So this is my complicated pattern that I'm currently knitting. So there's that one. And then my current travel knitting is a pair of socks for Tim that I just started. I'm using some scrap yarn. I made myself socks out of this before. But I am making DRK everyday socks for Tim, my husband, and so far it looks like this. Let me see if I can show you. So DRK Everyday Socks is a toe-up pattern. And the only thing that I'm modifying is for the foot. I feel like he wouldn't like having the ribbing on the bottom of the foot. I just know, we've been together for so long, I know he's not that kind of guy. So I went ahead and made an executive decision and am doing just plain stockinette for the bottom of the foot. And it is 2x2 ribbing for the top of the foot. And this is in the colorway Matcha Pie, which I've knit myself a pair of socks from. I've also knit a pair of ribbed socks from this, just from like a regular plain free ribbing pattern. But I'm kind of excited to try the DRK Everyday Socks, especially the heel. So another thing is I'm using non-superwash yarn on the toes, and I'm planning to do the same on the heel. This is on my BFL, non-superwash BFL sock base, which if you know my shop, if you've shopped from there before, that's my kind of main non-superwash sock base. I'm changing it to non-superwash Corriedale due to some supplier issues, so just really quickly, but it's quite similar. Anyways, so this is in Sprites from my Ghibli collection, and the reason why I'm doing that is he goes through heels and toes so quickly. I don't know what it is, but like however he walks, or if he has like sharp heels or toes, I don't know. So what I'm hoping for is that he felts these bits instead of just breaking through them, and hopefully that works well. I also am knitting them in size US 0 needles instead of size 1. He has pretty slender feet, and so I'm just knitting the size I would normally knit him and just using a size 0. I'm pretty sure it's gonna fit. Yeah, hopefully that also helps with breakage as well. So I'll have to see how these wear. Hello, sorry, my card filled up. What was I talking about? Sorry, I had to change out my memory card because I haven't taken care of my camera in 3 months. But anyways, we're back. We are back. So I was just finishing up talking about these little socks. And up next is this here. This is my next, this is my big plain stockinette project. So if I'm in a long car ride, or if I don't want to think too much about a shawl, this is what I go for. I have been knitting on this one for quite a while as well. I remember being in my old house knitting on it, so it's been like almost a year probably, and I've only gotten this much done. This is the Matcha Pullover by Vert Knit. And I am using my own hand dyed as well. It's kind of blowing out a little bit, but this is Moonglow on Suri and Peruvian wool fingering. I'm knitting the yoke increases. It's a combination yoke, I believe it's called, and so the increases are kind of complicated, to be honest. I had to type out like every single step in my notes app and then like check it off as I go. So even though it's a kind of mindless knit, it's not mindless just yet, which I think is why I've been kind of slow. But hopefully I'm almost done with all the increases and I can split 4 sleeves and start the body. I think once I get to the body, then it's smooth sailing from there. But yeah, it's been quite a long time since I cast this on, but it's still going. I'm still really enjoying it, and I really like the color. So that's the Matcha. what else do I have? Next one. Okay, this one is really old. This is my 4-year-old old. So pretty bad. But also I have yet, I'm still not giving up. And it's the Marit cardigan. So I have both sleeves. So this is one of them. This is the Marit cardigan by Kristin Drysdale, I believe. And it is a all-over Fair Isle cardigan using Jamieson 4-ply. And I love how it looks. Love how it looks. And it takes forever to knit. So I am currently, so again, I finished the 2 sleeves. And I have the body here. I don't remember the last time I worked on this, but I cast it on, did the ribbing for the body. The body is bottom up. And yeah, I think the thing that's stopping me is the fact that I'm not sure if the size I cast on for would still fit me, because my body was like pre-babies. My body was in a very different place from when I originally casted this on. I think it'll be okay, but anyways, I just really want to finish it. Like, the yarn that I have for it is meant for it. It would be really difficult and annoying to have to reharvest this yarn just to make a different one. And so yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be okay. The reason why I don't want to like recast it on is if I had to frog this body, I don't think I would ever pick it up again. So yeah, this has been a really long-standing whip. And I'm thinking that after I do the shawl, I will work on this. But we'll see. We'll see. It's always kind of like one of those things where I know I want to make it, but it always ends up being in the back burner, so it never gets done. So that's another whip. 2 more whips after this. What's this? Ooh, this is my blanket whip, which still want to do. Oh my god. So this is a bag full of scraps. I have so many scraps. I've gathered all of my blue, browns, and green scraps to make this. So far it looks really good. This is I believe it's the Marled Magic blanket. It actually looks really nice, and I have so many scraps, fingering weight scraps. So you hold 2 fingering weight yarns together to make this, and yeah, this was also kind of like my mindless project as well. I just have not worked on it in a while because I work on the shawl, so I like to have like a couch knit. And right now my shawl is the couch knit. If I put the shawl down and work on this, I'm never going to be able to finish that shawl. So I need to work on the shawl and finish that before I can get to this. Do you see my problem here? I'm saying I feel like for every single whip, I want to do it, but it ends up being on the back burner. I don't know. But I have this bag full of scraps, and I think like 2 more bags of scraps that I could use. So I have a ton of stuff. Mainly it's scraps from previous projects, and random mini skeins from advents and sock sets and things like that. It all just kind of adds up after, I don't even know, like more than almost 14 years of knitting. I have a ton of scraps. So a blanket is in very high order, and I think it would be so cozy. And I love how scrappy it looks, but also not too scrappy because it's all in like the same color family, which I really like. Okay, so this is my last whip. It's another mindless knit, and it is I'm in the middle of the row. but it is the half and half triangles wrap, the stripey half and half triangles wrap. And as you can see, I'm on the second color. And these are also all from random stash skeins. And so yeah, this is not much to say. I haven't knit on this in quite a while, but you know, everyone knows the half and half triangles wrap. This is the stripey version because I wanted to use up as many colors as I possibly could. So yep, that's that. I feel like this one could technically also be a car knit too, if I wanted it to be. But yeah, sorry for if I keep clacking the microphone. And I do have one more like honorable mention whip that I really need to finish. And it's not knitting, but it's this embroidery. So I have to finish this. This is a little cute little bear. I forget the creator's name, the designer's name, but I'll put it up on the screen. And it's this sweet little bear, and I'm very, very close to finishing. I think, let me see. I have like the paper here. Oh, here. It's called Bear Hug by Mama Witch Cross Stitch. And yeah, I have like just one more pattern to go, one more paper pattern to go, I believe. So this is almost done. I need to finish this. This can be done very quickly, so maybe that could be one of my priorities. But I'm thinking I could frame it and put it in my son's room. We call him Evie Bear sometimes, so I thought it would be really cute. I think I kept all the original colors. I didn't change anything. I love her color stories, and I love all of her like whimsical animals. So I would love to make one for my daughter as well, but this one took me forever, so I don't know. Don't look at the back. It's a mess. I know it's supposed to be neat in the back, but it's not. Don't look at it. So I just have this little house to do, and then it'll be done. I need to finish it. I need to get it done. But I love that the background is black. And yeah, honorable mention. So those are all my whips. I think we're all caught up now. And let me just talk about my current reads, and then talk about life real quick, and then we'll be done. So if you're only here for the knitting, thank you so much. That's it for knitting. And now that we've caught up again, next time we have this kind of sit-down podcast, we can have a regular episode. But thank you for watching. If you're only here for the knitting, no worries. If you're here for books, let me talk about my current reads real quick. I obviously have read quite a bit since, not obviously, you guys might not know, but I like to read. So I have read quite a bit since we've last talked. So I'll just go ahead and talk to you about my current reads, and then we can talk some more next time about like finished reads and readings and things like that. So let me look at my Storygraph. I do not use Goodreads. I use Storygraph, and I'll have the link down below if you want to be friends. So I'm reading 3 books right now. Let's see. I'm reading The Great Gatsby, for one. I have them right here, actually. I'm reading The Great Gatsby. I read this in high school. I do not remember it at all. I think I fudged my way through trying to pass. So I'm reading it for real this time, and so far I'm really liking it. Yeah, not much to say, it's The Great Gatsby. It's a classic. I'm also reading 22 Murders of Madison May. It is a sci-fi thriller, and you follow a reporter figuring out a murder of Madison May, but you realize that she's been murdered multiple times. And you find out why. And so far it's really good, very fast paced. The type, I don't know what it is, but the type in here is tiny. So even though it's like a pretty standard sized book, I feel like it's taking a while for me to get through, but it's a pretty fast paced read. So, so far I recommend it. We'll see how it pans out though. And I'm also reading Once There Were Wolves, and that is following a woman who is a wolf researcher, and she and her team are in charge of releasing wolves back into the wild in Scotland. Yeah. And you kind of follow how she got there, what kind of repercussions there are from bringing wolves back into the wild and why they're doing it. And there's commentary on, consumerism and the loss of ecological diversity and the effects of logging and things like that. So very interesting, really beautiful writing, and very interesting character as well. So I recommend that to you so far. We'll see how that goes as well. But that is it for books. Life-wise, so I briefly talked about my family being here, Tim's family being here. It was really fun. We celebrated Evie's 4th birthday in April, which was really cool. And this is like the most aware of his birthday. He was aware that it was his birthday last year as well, but I think he was like really, really excited that it was his birthday this year. And it was really great that our whole family was here to celebrate with him. And he was very overwhelmed by the birthday song. He doesn't really like being the center of attention, so he was kind of overwhelmed, but also really happy. And that was a good time. We enjoyed the soccer season as well in April. And now it is hydrangea season. It's getting a little bit hotter, and I'm not looking forward to the summer, but luckily we have pretty good AC in this house, so that's nice. What else? Yeah, work has been busy. It's been kind of crazy with a 4-year-old and a almost 1-year-old not having any other people to watch them in the meantime. But now that Evie is back at daycare school, it's called Hoiklen here, it's been a lot better. Like, I can't believe I've been working with him here this whole time. Now that he's gone, I could kind of like realize how much more work I can get done, and it's kind of nuts. Which is why I decided to bring podcasting back, because now I have the time. So yeah, that's kind of pretty much it. I'm really excited to be able to have time to work on my own stuff again. I love being a mom, and I love hanging out with him and taking care of him. And it was a really fun 3 months, but also it was a really long 3 months, you know. There's only so much, like, sometimes it's important for him to have friends his age. So yeah, he's been loving school. He loves the food there. He loves his senses. His teachers there. And so that gives me a lot of peace while I work. So yeah, that is it for this episode. Hopefully not too long. I'm not sure how long this one is, but just a quick catch up with you. Hopefully I will be back with you soon to keep the momentum going, and I will see you next time. Please let me know what you've been reading, what you've been making because it's been so long. Let me know how you've been, because yeah, I haven't talked to you in so long. I've missed you guys. So I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.